Hi everyone, it's Saturday and I'm here to give you my first report on how my 24 hours of cross stitch is going. My first goal was to stitch on Christmas Garden and to finish the row that I was stitching across on the top third of the pattern. And I'm excited to share with you that I have completed that. So here's my progress. I stitched over in here Friday, finishing this basket, and moved over and did this deer. And then today, starting last night, I think I got a flower done here. And then today I've done all of this. And now I have finished that row. Now there's a little decorative strip that goes along here that sort of marks the end of that row, and it starts the middle third. So now I'm gonna roll this down the next time I start working on it. So that was an exciting accomplishment. So what am I gonna do next? Well, one of my goals I had sort of thought of was to go ahead and get another Advent animal stitched so that I would be a little bit ahead of the game, because in the month of May I won't get to do one every week, I don't think. So I pulled out the next one that I'm to get started on, and it is Sheila Sheep. And I got a little bit of a start on it today. We had a virtual stitching meetup today. This was the Georgia Stitchers. We get together, used to, at the library about once a month on a Saturday, and we would stitch from 10 to 4. So today, one of the ladies from our Saturday group offered to set up a Zoom, and anybody that wanted to join could, and we had about 14 of us stitchers stitching virtually today from 3 to 5, and I got a little start on my Sheila Sheep. So I got the snow done, her yarn, and that's the little stool she's sitting on, or the chair she's in, and her little crossed feet. So I've gotten started on it. I'm going to continue working on that, but I'm going to take a break and make supper for my family and have dinner with my family. You know, you still have to do that some. And then I'll come back after supper tonight and I'll work on Sheila Sheep today, and hopefully get to finish her either before I go to bed, depending on how late I get to stay up tonight, or I'll finish her in the morning. Last night I stitched till midnight. I stitched 10 hours yesterday, but at midnight Coco decided it was time that we should all be in bed. And that little puppy got out of bed, came in here and barked at me until I gave up and went to bed with her. So I had to call it a night. It was time. So I hope you're enjoying your 24 hours of cross stitch, and I hope to get to come back again, even if it's not till in the morning. But I hope I get to come back and show you a finish on Sheila Sheep. Happy stitching! Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Dina, and today is Sunday. It is the 26th of April. This month is flying by, and this weekend did too. This was a 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, and I still actually have a half a day to go that I could stitch some more. So I have hit 24 hours. This is the first time I've ever made it. I've done 18 hours before, but I've never hit 24. So how did I do it? Well, I started at 8 a.m. Friday morning, and I tried to start getting started stitching, and I had all sorts of things that I had to do, and some that were privileges to do. I got to talk to my sister's staff till 10, and that's our weekly call. We try to save that time for each other. And so around 10 o'clock or so Friday, I was able to get started with my stitching. And I had things that came up all during the day. I had to cook for my family. I had to do an errand, had to take my son on an errand, and to help him with a cell phone problem. His cell phone died on him. It's a fairly new phone. And so we were having to, get advice on what to do, what was the warranty going to cover, and, what were his choices and that sort of thing. So that took some time. So I wound up stitching Friday night until midnight. And that is when Coco came in and barked at me till I agreed to go to bed. But I did eke out 10 hours on Friday. I was very happy about that. So I got busy on Saturday. I slept in. I got up when I woke up, had my breakfast, and came in and started stitching. Saturday afternoon, we had a virtual stitching meetup online, which was great fun from 3 to 5. So I was able to stitch and enjoy people's company, and then I had to cook dinner. And so again, I wound up stitching on Saturday until midnight, and I got another 10 hours in. So I had 20 hours, and then I had Sunday to try to, finish it up Sunday morning. So I got up early Sunday morning, and I came in here, and I finished my 4 hours, and I hit 24 hours. I was very excited, very excited. In addition to that, I'm happy with myself. I had set at least 2 goals, and I wanted to meet both of them if I could, and I did. So the first goal was to finish stitching on Christmas Garden all the way across to finish the row, which would be the top third of the pattern. And I did that, and I vlogged about it, so I won't talk about it here. But my second goal was to try to stitch either an Advent animal or one of the Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas ornaments that I'm working on from Hands On Design. And I decided that the Advent animal would be an easier one for me to stitch Saturday because I had the stitching meetup, because it wasn't on dark fabric like the other one is. So I started Sheila Sheep. She's my 10th one. She was the next one to be stitched. And I got started working on her during the midday after I finished my row on my Christmas Garden. And here she is. Isn't she precious? And all of you knitters out there, look at this. She is a knitter, and she's knitted that cap, and now she's working on what looks to be a scarf to go with it. I just loved it. The only thing that would have been better was if she was cross-stitching for me, but knitting is pretty close. And I can say it's crochet even, because I did crochet a little bit. But isn't she precious? I love the way she's sitting in that little easy chair, and she's got her knitting going on. It's so precious, very precious. I love her face. She looks like she's concentrating but not struggling. So that looks like she's a good knitter. Anyway, that's number 10. I'm excited to have that finished. So now here it is. I have watched our church online, and then I have fed my family a great lunch. And so now the pressure's off. I don't have to worry about how long I'm stitching. So I'm thinking I will just look through my whips, and I'll decide what I want to stitch on and just pull out whatever suits me. I don't get that little treat that often, because I usually have such a good tight plan to try to meet everything. But anyway, whatever I choose, I'll come back and share it with you. I hope you've had a great weekend. If you've participated in the 24 hours of cross stitch, I hope you did well. You still have some time today to finish up. And I hope you set some goals to enjoy yourself. I know I did. My son was even teasing with me this weekend. I was answering some emails after I took a quick break, and trying to keep up with some comments and things on my channel. And he saw me in here on the iPad, and he goes, "You're not stitching. You're not stitching. You're not going to hit your 24 hours if you're going to be on the iPad." He was my cheering section. So I thought that was funny. And I have one more to share with you. I got some Happy Mail. Actually, I guess you would call it a haul. Kitting Up for Mania, I used every project bag I owned, including some that I ordered in preparation for Mania. Of course, when I ordered them, I had no idea I would go ahead and add those additional starts. So I went online and I placed an order for these mesh bags, and I wanted some larger bags, and I placed an order, and the day before they were to arrive, I got a message from Amazon that it had been canceled because of manufacturing difficulty. I was so disappointed. Anyway, I went back on Amazon and I looked and I found another vendor. It's not as good a deal. I got 6 of these instead of 10, but it was still an okay deal. And so I needed the bags and I wanted this size. So these are 15 by 11, I think it is, but they're 15 this way. So I have 6 of them, and these will hold my bigger pieces of fabric. I have several new starts that I'm going to be doing in July, I think, for Christmas in July, that have really long pieces of fabric and things like that, and so they're going to go in here. But I just needed some bigger project bags, and you know, I store my project floss usually in these. I have several of these, and it makes your bag protrude, and so these are big enough that it'll lay in there nicely, and it's got plenty of room, you know, to do that, plus the pattern, plus the fabric, and all that stuff. So very happy about that. So that's my haul. Well, enjoy your stitching. I'm gonna get busy, and I'll talk to you soon. Happy stitching, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's Monday. It is the 27th of April, and I am on the final stretch here until Mania. I know you are, if you're doing Mania, looking forward to it as much as I am. So today I went to look at my prompts on my Facebook groups and to see what I needed still to stitch on. And one of the prompts was to stitch on a pattern or a project where the pattern had been owned previously by someone else. Well, I only have one of those friends, and I really hadn't planned on stitching on this until Mania, but it met the prompt and it was the only one that did. So rather than have to do penalty stitches, I just pulled it right back out and I started working on it, and I stitched the required 300 stitches. I actually did 320 stitches. So you know what I did? I just got started on that first little quadrant that I had highlighted off on that second half of the pattern. And I'm kind of glad that happened, because now I'm not thinking, oh, I have to start the second half. I've started it now, so that's behind me. But here's what I've done. This is the wall coming on down behind the dolls, and this is the little shoe for Andy's little foot right there. I did that for placement purposes. But anyway, I have started that first quadrant. So I have 3 across here and then 3 below to do to finish. So I've got 6 little quadrants to do to finish this page. And I'm trying to do 1 per month. Now, for next month, of course, in Mania, I will work on it during that whole day. Whether I finish it or not, I don't know, but I'm only going to give it the 1 day. But that's okay, because I hadn't counted on stitching on those quadrants until June. So I'm actually doing okay. I'm still on schedule. I won't say I'm ahead of schedule, but I'm on schedule. So that's the stitching on that for today. So now I have the privilege of just picking up whatever I want again and stitching on it. So I'll go back and look at all of my Facebook groups and make sure I don't have any other sales to participate in or any other. I think I have 1 more prompt in this Facebook group, and it is one that I don't think I'm going to be able to do because I just don't know. We're to stitch on a whip where the designer has made a fortune on the pattern. I don't know. I don't know what designers have made on anything. I would think that would mean a very popular pattern, maybe. But a lot of my patterns are just things I like and not necessarily the big popular stuff that everybody's stitching. So I'll take penalty stitches on that one because I really don't know. So whichever piece I have to stitch on next better be one I enjoy, because I've got to do 400 stitches on it. Anyway, but then I'll finish that challenge for the week, and I'll still have some time this week to stitch on whatever I like. So that'll be fun going into Mania. I'm going to slow down, maybe stitch a little each day, maybe take some breaks, do some other things, because Mania during May is going to be intense. And I just might need to go into it rested and not fatigued over, what I've been stitching. So I'll let you know what I pick up. In the meantime, have a great day of stitching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dina, and today is Tuesday. It is the 28th of April. We are almost done with this month. Can you believe it? I have a couple of quick things I want to share with you. I am happy to report I got a little bit of haul in today. I don't get haul often. I don't share it often. Because I'm usually getting one or two things to kit up something, as is the case here. These are threads for various and sundry projects for Mania that I was waiting on from 123 Stitch. I ordered them a long time ago, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. They're just behind on getting everything shipped out, but I'm delighted that I got these today. So I have my list over here of what I had ordered for each project, and I'll be putting these in there to finish kitting that up, because I have to start my first one this Friday. Pretty excited about that. And then I have to share with you some excitement on my part. I actually saw Stitchin' Mommy, I think, is the one who showed this as a whip of hers. It's a lavender and lace, and it is called Enchanted Alphabet. And I have been looking for this pattern for some time, off and on. Just thought I would love to stitch that. I just think that is so pretty. And I see it on there sometimes on eBay for $40 or $50, and I'm thinking, no, I like it, but I'm not gonna pay something like that for it. So instead, when I saw it recently on her channel, it reminded me of it, and I just went on eBay and looked to see, if it happened to be listed again, and it was. There were 3 listings. One was a used one was new, and both of them were reasonable prices. And then there was one that was new, and it was $45, $50. So, but the one that was new and was only about, I think, $12 or $15, something like that. I think the pattern was originally $8 or $9. So the fact that it's hard to find and rare and out of print, I think now, I was happy to pay the $15, and that was with shipping. So anyway, this is the Enchanted Alphabet, in case you don't know which one I'm talking about. So I'm tickled. It was my unicorn chart, and I have it now, and I'm so excited about it. I have no idea when I'll stitch it. I just wanted it in my stash. I think it would be perfect for a nursery, and someday might have a grandbaby. So I'm just gonna put it away and hang on to it now that I have it. I don't have to keep looking for it. And the eBay seller that I bought it from is called Top Drawer Boutique, I think. And this is her little business card that she put in. Isn't that cute? I thought that was really precious, very creative. Anyway, so thank you for that. And her name is Jen, Jen, and she wrote me a nice little note there too. It's the first time I'd ever purchased from her, and I was very happy with the results. So I did want to share that with you, and I can now put this all in my Stitch from Stash budget, which is gonna be probably right up to the limit, because in the past I have been accumulating and accumulating and saving and saving and saving in my Stitch from Stash, and then I'd get to the end of the 6 months and I'd have this huge balance, and you don't carry it over, and so it just goes away, and so I didn't feel like I could actually spend it. So this year I decided to do something different. So when we got to about the 1st of April, and I knew I wanted to do things for Mania, I looked at the balance in my Stitch from Stash budget, which was pretty good, and I went ahead and ordered what I needed for Mania, and I've just been taking it, subtracting it, you know, from that Stitch from Stash, and I'm still in the positive. You know, may only be about $15, but that's okay. I'm still in the positive, and I am working hard to have another finish by the end of the month. I'm not going to share it with you today, although I did stitch a huge chunk of it this morning, but I still have quite a bit to go, and there is a possibility I won't make it by the end of the month, depending on how much stitching time I'm allowed in the next, you know, 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know, but if I make it, I'll eke out another finish this month, and if I don't make it, I think I will be in a position to finish it when I work on it the one day that I work on it in Mania. So either this month or next month, I should have a surprising finish. I'm excited about it, and I'll keep you guessing, and I'll share it with you when it's done. In the meantime, you guys, I hope you're ready for Mania, whatever way you're going to do it, and I hope you're as excited about it as I am. Happy stitching, everyone. Talk to you soon. Hello, it is time for us to select the winner for the patterns that we're giving away this week as a result of last week's Stash Dive. The first pattern that we're giving away is called The Bride. It is a lavender and lace pattern. I've got the random number generator up here, and we will put in from 1 to, we had 13 people that were interested. We'll put a 13 in here, and then we will enter. Is that how you do it? Okay, number 7. It is number 7, Peaches C. Peaches C, you are the winner of The Bride. So if you will please email me your mailing address. I will put it in the bottom below the video in the comment section. And you can email me your mailing address. And now we'll go to Fantasy Triptych, and let's adjust this 13 to 8. We had 8 people that were interested in this beautiful, large Teresa Winsler pattern. Number 6. Oh, Peaches C won again. Peaches, I'm sorry, you've already won The Bride. So we'll have to generate again. Well, I guess I'll have to clear it. So this time I'm going to put 1 through 7. Because Peaches, you've already won. And we will generate again. Number 4, Heather Woolley. Heather Woolley, you are the winner of the Fantasy Triptych. Sorry, I should have been showing you that. Heather Woolley. And please email me your mailing address, and I will be happy to put these in the mail to you as well. Again, my email address will be in the drop down below. And congratulations to Peaches C and Heather Woolley. I forgot to show you the pattern again that Heather has just won, but I think that's a beautiful piece from Teresa Winsler. And I appreciate you guys participating. Hello everyone, welcome back again. This is Dina, and I am continuing and finishing my stash dive today with my Christmas patterns. I thought it would be helpful to start with what I've planned so far for Christmas in July. My plans right now are to stitch a combination of my Christmas whips and my new starts. I've got my list, so I had to reach over and get it, sorry. So I've intermingled them. So I have a new start for a day or two to work to get a really good start on it, and then I have a day or two of working on a whip. That is what I'm planning for now. Depending on how my new starts go for Mania and how my anxiety level is after having that many things started, I might go back and start things one every day. I don't know. This is the year of Stitch All Things. So I'll go with what I have for now, and that is the new starts for Christmas in July first. And then I will show my kitted Christmas that I don't have in my new starts in July. And then I'll do what's left or the patterns after that are just in my stash that I love and want to stitch someday. So let's get started. Again, I have a basket, so pardon me for leaning over. The very first start for Christmas in July is a shepherd's bush. It's called Holy Night, and it's a very long one. It's by the, I'm not even sure how long it is, but anyway, I've got the fabric for it. I had to buy a 36-inch long piece of fabric, but as you can tell, it is a precious piece with a lot of buttons, and I did contact Shepherd's Bush, and they had the button pack still, and I got it. So I'm really, really tickled about that. So I know these are both still available. Let me take this out of the plastic for you to see it a little bit better. I was trying to avoid the crinkling, but I don't think it's avoidable. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm stitching this on Country Mocha, and I've got 14 count French Cafe Country Mocha, and I got it because it was the closest to the called for count. They wanted 19 count linen, and I couldn't find it, and so I got 14 count Ada instead. But this says star shone with heavenly light, shepherds gazed with awed delight, wise men came with hearts alight, the Christ child was born that night. So lovely. And the buttons are precious. There's a couple of shepherds, there's sheep, and there's stars. See, there's one of the little shepherds. There's another shepherd right up there. Cute, cute, cute. Very excited to start this. And I don't think this would be really hard to finish, so hopefully I could finish it within the year, but if not, that's okay. I'll have plenty of Christmas to work on for the next year. So that's the first one. The second one I have seen Christine Stitch All the Things has done, and I think maybe Blitz Stitch has done, but anyway, I had seen this pattern and bought it at one of the retreats, and can't wait to start Christmas sentiments. And I'm stitching mine on just a mocha from Silk Weaver. And it's a 28 count, so it's gonna be a bit bigger than if it were on a 32 count. And I may very well rethink that. I did the mocha though because it has white snowflakes on it, and on the fabric that they stitched on, you can barely see it. And so I thought the mocha would show it up a little bit more. The third new start is another shepherd's bush. I just went crazy over these shepherd bush patterns. And this one is Santa Berry Pudding. Didn't get it all the way open. There we go. And this is Santa comes on Christmas Eve, seeking those who yet believe, through a frosty winter's night in a sleigh with reindeer flight, bringing joy to large and small. Merry Christmas, one and all. Santa berry pudding. I think this would be a beautiful companion piece to go somewhere near the Oh Holy Night. And I'm just doing it on a very neutral, even weave. And I have no idea what the name of it is. It's a mystery fabric to me. It was in my stash. And this was before I ever named them. I just bought them for the color. I don't even know what count it is. I'm gonna have to look at that. But I have all the buttons. These buttons are precious to go with this. I got those also from Shepherd's Bush. But here's a birdhouse. And you got several reindeer. And when I ordered these and got the reindeer, one of them that arrived in the mail was broken. And I wrote or called and let them know that, and they put me another one in the mail immediately. It was great customer service, so I appreciated that very much. Here's the sleigh and the Christmas wreath. And there are stars. There's this big star, a small star, and then there's a precious heart with holly leaves on it. So this one is going to be fun. And again, a lot of wording, lettering, so hopefully it'll go pretty quickly. The last one, Marlene, this is in my little bag you gifted me, is called Silent Night. It's from Country Cottage Needlework. And let me show you my idea for this one. I hope you like it. I originally bought this fabric thinking I was going to stitch a snowman on it. Decided not to, because I think this is going to look precious on it. This is called the Snowfall. It's 30 count linen. It's painted linen, so it's only on one side. And I may have to change the color of the green in here because it looks like it might be the exact same color. I haven't pulled yet, but here is the fabric. And I'm not sure if there's a top and bottom. We can look at it both ways to see. But I'm thinking, because there's so much snow at the top of this pattern, I'm thinking that I'm going to do it this way, because the snow's falling. Anyway, this is the pattern, Country Cottage Needleworks. But don't you think that would look good on this? Sorry it's so thin. Get behind it. I'll fold it in half, maybe, okay, then you can see a little bit better. But I think that would look pretty on that. And I'll just have to change out a couple of colors maybe, because it looks like those trees are gonna be too close to the fabric color. If you can, you know, I gotta do a floss toss because you can't always depend on the picture to show you. But I got this piece of fabric from a person who was selling the rest of their stock. They were closing their online store. It was a little local person near Atlanta, and she came to one of our stitching meetups and said, please buy everything, you know, I have here. I'm trying to close my shop. And so we did. She had some great prices, and so that worked out really well for me. So that's the next start in Christmas in July. The next one I want to start, some of you have stitched this and some of you haven't and said you're going to stitch it with me. I hope you will. I'm just going to stitch it on 32 count white Lugana, and it is the Christmas Spool Tree by Sue Hillis, and I think that white will do just fine. It pops on there, and I think I'll just copy that. So that's, and then my next new start is one I can't wait to start. And I've got a huge piece of fabric. I have a tablecloth. This is called Stitchers Days of Christmas. Another Sue Hillis. And I ordered a gray linen. It is 28 count, so it's going to be huge. But I did it because it has buttons, and the buttons are made to go on, I believe it is 28 count that she calls for. Yes. So that's why I did it, because I was afraid the buttons might not fit well, because see, some of these are a little bit larger. And I thought, well, it'll be a nice long bell pull. But look at this fabric, would you? It's a whole yard. I should have plenty. And I'm sure I'll have some left over. I hope so. Anyway, so that's the next new start. And then after that, I'm gonna pick one of these. I don't know which yet. I haven't thought about it, but I'm gonna pick one of those. This is a kit, so everything's here. And I'll start my first one of these vintage ornaments. And the next start is Oh Christmas Tree. And I just talked about this, where I was gifted a pattern by someone and their floss and beads and everything. And I mentioned that I had the pattern and the fabric. So what that means is my giveaway today is going to be my extra pattern of Lavender and Lace's Oh Christmas Tree, which is, I think, out of print now, and the piece of fabric to go with it. All you have to do is kit it up. So if you're interested, please put a comment that you would like to stitch the Christmas tree, and I'll know you want your name in the drawing for that. The next new start I have is a Little House Needleworks, and it's the potted poinsettia. And that'll just make a little Christmas ornament. I think it's precious. And hopefully I can finish it. It may be the only finish I get from Christmas in July. But that is what I'm slated for right now to start in July. And the rest of that month, I would be stitching on my Christmas whips. Right now, those consist of the Nativity, Christmas Garden, Giggles in the Snow, Crystal Christmas, and that's all I put down here because I was assuming I would be through with the 12 Days of Christmas from Hands On Design. But if I'm not, I will take a day or two off of one of those slots and stitch on one of theirs, Hands On Designs. So now I'll show you other things I have that are kitted. Remember the 3 Mill Hill kits that were the haunted buildings that I told you I got from a lady who was depleting her stash? Well, she had a Christmas theme as well. And so she did the post office, the train depot, and the toy shop. Now these may be the ones that Stephanie did. Stephanie, tell me if these are the same ones you did. I'm thinking they may be. There's the post office, the train depot, and the toy shop. So these I may do the same way. I will either do them individually or I'll do them on a set of 3 and have them where I can maybe even swap out the Halloween for these so I can use it, you know, one frame for the whole time. I don't know, but anyway, that's what I've got. The other kits that I have, I can thank my son for, these 2, because they were both gifts that he made to me one Christmas. So this is a gorgeous piece. And the name of it is Santa's Midnight Ride. And I think there is someone stitching this that I've been watching on Floss 2 as well. And it comes with a dark blue I don't know. I think it probably needs to be on that dark blue fabric, unless I can find a fabric that's painted to look like this. Isn't that amazing? Like a night sky. I don't know. Anyway, isn't that pretty? Okay, and that is a gold collection, so you know dimensions. It's going to be one of those 3 and 4 and 5 thread things, you know, that kind of thing. And then I have this one. This is another Design Works, and it is the well, it's hard to see the name of it. A Nativity Story. Isn't it lovely? Very pretty. My son gifted me that as well the same year. Okay, now come patterns, just different things that I've collected. This one I got off a freebie table. It's called Star of Light. And I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, that it may have some either pull thread work. I know it's full of specialty stitches. Maybe no pull thread work. Good, I might be willing to stitch it. But it came with its own floss card. Isn't that cute? And it came with the beads and the buttons attached. This was on a freebie table at a retreat. Anyway, I pulled it. I thought it was beautiful. This is one of my whimsy patterns that I kept because I just think they're so funny. And I just might find a reason to stitch one of those one day because they tickle my whimsy fancy. This one does too. It's got all sorts of cute little ones on it. I really like those. Look at those 2 red birds. Oh my gosh. Anyway, just for fun. And then I have several freebies. I won't show you the freebies this time because they're ones I got at a retreat, and you can get them Plum Street Samplers and Erica Michaels and Jan Lynn, and you can go to websites and get those without any trouble, and I won't take up your time doing that because I got so much here. This is Alma Lynn. Remember I mentioned to you how much I like her because I think she has such a whimsy with her stuff. And so I think there are several of these that I really enjoy and like, and I think they would make a pretty grouping of either flat folds or a picture or something. Anyway, I have that in my to-do list sometime. These 2 were gifted to me by a beautiful cross-stitcher. You'll know her if you watched her. And I miss her terribly. And I wrote her recently and told her I missed her. But these are both by Dewdrop, Baby Flake, and Poinsettia. And I had found myself having an extra one of one of these that I found. Either someone gifted to me or I got it at a freebie table, and I was able to gift it away to someone who wanted it. This is called Christmas Silhouettes. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. There's one. There's others. And I had a person just contact me and who watches my channel and ask if I would like to stitch one of these. And I said, yes. So I have this in my stash and I will be stitching it. And I love how they did that on that frosty gray looking background, don't you? Love that. I think that looks so good. This is Snowman Through the Year, and I just think it's precious. And I was hoping to be able to maybe do something with one of these for my friend Stephanie's mother someday. This is a little freebie. It's a little heart and hand that someone gave me, I think at a retreat or a stitching meetup. And this is a Little House Needleworks Merry Christmas ornament. Again, I picked that up off a freebie table. And 3 crowns by Little House Needleworks. These are ornaments I was collecting to make Christmas ornaments. I showed you this one just recently. This is the one that I want to make to go with my village, and it's to represent my father's filling station that he owned. And so I have to keep this near the front. Okay, now Stephanie, you have to look away because this is a future stitch for you. Ready? This is something I want to stitch for my sister. And those of you who can see it, you'll understand. Okay, Stephanie, you can look back now. Thank you for doing that. This is a hands-on design, Ready, Set, Snow. It's an ornament set, and I think it's precious. Really like that. This is a Milady's needle. This is a monochromatic, 2 different versions of Christmas trees that you can make into ornaments. And I picked these up when I went to StitchCon. This is the pattern that I picked up from Keepsakes. It was my keepsake from Keepsakes. Hope to do one of those one day. This is the drawn thread, The Night Before Christmas. It is so cute, and it looks like it would be a quick stitch, and it comes with the beads. This is an Alma Lynn angel called Peace. I think she's precious. This is a stand-up, and I got this off of Stony Creek's website because it's a kit. It's called Flaky Friends. Stephanie, you think Mom would like that? That's who I bought it for. But it comes with everything you need in the package to make your stand-up, your flat fold. At least all the boards and stuff. The fabric isn't included, but the boards and the pattern are. So, I think that's pretty cool. Well, wait a minute. The stitching fabric is included, but the finishing fabric, of course, is not. And then they have, in the kit, stand-up finishing instructions, which is really nice. If you haven't been taught by Vanna, and if you haven't found her tutorial yet on stand-ups, then this might give you help. But I will tell you, if you really want to know how to do it, all you got to do is pull up Vanna's tutorial and go from there. So I have that for one Christmas. It may not be this year, it might be next year, or, you know, the year after. But when I see things like this that I think will be perfect for someone's gift, I go ahead and get it and put it in my stash, because then I have it. I don't have to sweat over it, you know. What am I going to do? So, this is another Lizzie Kate. I have just discovered her this year. Socks and Underwear, Santa 2010. When you stop believing, you get socks and underwear. I need to make this for my son, because every Christmas he says, oh, I need some socks and underwear, because they're expensive, you know, and if I get them at Christmas, then that helps him only have to buy them maybe once a year. So, I saw this done recently on someone's FlossTube channel, and they were talking about how fiddly and, you know, it was deceivingly difficult. It was not as easy as you think. So, I've put this one kind of on the side. Not sure I'm going to do it. But anyway, I'm still holding on to it because it's really cute. And this is the Prairie Schooler December. And I wound up using this. I stitched one section of it, this little section up here, for a Christmas tree ornament exchange. And really, really enjoyed it. And the person who received it really liked it. So, I haven't finished with it, but that's what I used it for. Then I have a Michael Powell book, 20 to Stitch. And this is a giveaway for today. So if you would like the Michael Powell 20 to stitch Christmas ornaments, let me know, and that will be sent to you. I will do a drawing if it's more than one person, which it very well may be. He's very popular. This was a gift, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's huge. It is a Passione Ricamo, and it's called the Christmas Blessing Angel. And I've struggled with whether I'm ever going to stitch this or not, and I don't know that I will. So this may be part of my 5,000 subscriber giveaway if I ever get there. So we'll think about that one. And this one is a Christmas journey. It apparently is meant to be a companion piece to the piece that I stitched a few years back, the Smoky Mountain Christmas. It's by the same artist, I think. I think it's beautiful. And someone gifted this to me, so I'm so delighted to have it. This was a gift off a freebie table, and it's called Happy Holidays. It's a Christmas tree. It is a kit. Comes with everything you need. Fabric, all the floss that you need for the kit. Everything's in here. Apparently, this is how these things used to be sold. And it's in a little zipper pouch with everything. It's called Happy Holidays. So this is another giveaway for today. If you are interested in stitching Happy Holidays, then please let me know by putting a comment below and just say, I would like to stitch Happy Holidays. And I will put your name in the drawing for that. It has everything you need. Recently, I had a gift. I got a package in the mail, and someone had sent me this pattern. So I kitted it up. This is Cranberry Christmas by Hands On Design. And I kitted it up with cream Lugana, 32 count. I've got mine a little bit lighter. Theirs is more of a natural. And I've got the threads to go with it. And some beading needles to go with it. My friend sent me all of this as a gift. It was very sweet. Thank you so much for doing that. So, that's ready to go. And then, I'm sure many of you have seen on Stony Creek's website that they do a free pattern of the month, and you pay $3 and something for shipping, which is the cost of the pattern, so you get free shipping, basically. But they'll do a pattern every month for so many months, and as long as you order it in that month, you get it free, and you just pay shipping. So if you need anything else, you just order it at the same time. But this I ordered complete with the material to make it with, which is the banner material. And this is called the Christmas Critters Banner. Joy, peace, and love. There's joy. There's peace. There's love. And that's what it looks like all together. And I just thought those were precious. I went ahead and got them. I got the banner fabric, and I got the specialty threads to go with it. So this is a kit ready to go. And I think it's precious. This is an oldie but good, and this is Winter Rose. And I'm planning on starting her at some point in my life. I just think she's beautiful. And I like her, but I have other things I want to stitch first. So she keeps getting pushed. But at some point, hopefully, I will start her. And this is also one I've had for a very long time. It's called Angel of Freedom. And I have the fabric to go with it. But nothing else. It's 28 count even weave. And it's ready to go. It was just one of those MGC textiles. Mushroom. That was one that was very popular for, everybody loved mushroom at one time. So I've had this a long time, many, many years. I can't tell you how many years, probably 20, 25 years, I don't know, long time. And I think I was afraid of it for a while, but I've done enough Mirabillas now that this lavender and lace would be one I could tackle now. I think I was scared of it for a long time. Okay, well, that one was a little bit longer. Oh, I'm sorry. I just moved the stuff you were sitting on. That was a little bit longer than the others because, you know, Christmas is my favorite season. So I had a little bit more to share with you there. And that completes my stash dive. I think I'm done. I don't know of anything else I've got stashed anywhere else in the cabinets and in the closets and whatnot. I hope that you saw something that sparked a memory for you. I hope that several times you said, I've stitched that, or I have that in my stash, I need to start it. Anyway, I hope it was a pleasant experience for you. It was great fun for me. And if nothing else, I enjoyed going through everything and seeing it again and falling in love with things again. So that makes me happy. And we're looking for things that distract us and make us happy right now. So I hope that was good for you. And in the meantime, until I have something to share with you in a stitching nature, I hope that you have a great deal of stitching time and that you're healthy and well and that people you know are too. Stay home and stay safe.